What's going on, folks? RGT85, buenos dias, all. Hope y'all are doing well. I think that's the highest I've ever hit that note on this channel. So, hey, I'm pretty proud of that. We've got a couple different video game stories that I want to talk about today, pertaining to various things. We're going to talk about the alleged GameStop and Nintendo Switch 2 situation, which is more of a correction because that's what this channel kind of has become at times. We're going to talk about Nintendo's pseudo response to Palworld as well, because that situation is definitely heating up. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe if it's your first time here. We're on the road to 500,000 subscribers, but I know what you're saying to yourself if you're a longtime viewer of this channel. RGT, why are you not talking about WWE 2K24? You're the wrestling guy on YouTube, and you would be 100% correct, but I actually have already talked about this. A brand new trailer, our first trailer for WWE 2K24 went up. There was some weird AI stuff going on in that. I don't know quite how I felt about that. Some of the illustrations that were shown for the game as well were a little bit suspect when it comes to who made them. Spoiler alert, it was a computer, but I'm definitely on board with this game. I'm super excited for it. I think the 40th year, or the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania mode is going to be super cool, but I did make a video on this. It's over on the second channel, so if you want my in-depth thoughts on everything involving this game, make sure you guys go check it out over there, because I kind of break down what is showcased in the trailer and some of the strange things about it. I'll have a link to it in the description box down below, so make sure you guys go check that out if you're wondering my thoughts on WWE 2K24. Now let's get into the other topics that we're going to talk about today, because our first one, we're going to talk about this GameStop Nintendo Switch 2 alleged story that's come out. And I know where it's come from. I know the person who kind of put the story out there, and the person who put the story out there is a nice guy. You know, I've talked to him before in private. He's a nice enough guy. I just feel like there's a bit of a disconnect with some things that happen, and something that other people shouldn't necessarily be talking about are now talking about it, and they're making videos on it, and they're telling people, oh, something's happening at GameStop soon, and it becomes a situation that sort of snowballs out of control. So evidently a fellow YouTuber went into their local GameStop and asked one of the employees there about the Nintendo Switch 2, an employee that they knew, and they couldn't really say anything, but they kind of gave like a weird face when they were asked about it, and they could neither confirm nor deny that Nintendo was ramping up for the Switch 2. So because of that interaction, now there's other videos coming out about this, like full-length videos talking about this situation, and I'm just sitting here like, Stone Cold, what do you have to say about this? What? This is insanity, people. First and foremost, GameStop isn't privy to anything that nobody else doesn't already know. I worked at GameStop. I understand how the stuff works there. The only thing you can't talk about is stuff that's like, you know, coming up in like the next week or something like that. But that was at a time where the internet wasn't quite as prevalent and stuff like that. We're talking early, you know, mid 2000s and stuff like that. So there really wasn't a bunch of stuff. If there's something in the computer that's available for pre-order or something like that, you could offer somebody a pre-order on that. The Nintendo representative isn't walking into a GameStop location and being like, hey, we got to clue you guys in on something here. We're doing Nintendo Switch 2 soon. It's coming soon, pal. We're going to need to clear some gondolas for you so that you can put out the boxes and stuff like that. And don't you think that if this indeed was the case, let's say GameStop does have information. Okay, let's say this individual has information. Don't you think that just like every other GameStop leak that we have had, there would be some sort of evidence of it? A picture of an internal email that was sent out from GameStop and head of office saying, hey, there's the Switch 2's coming out, get those gondolas ready. Like, don't you think there would be something else from someone, a picture of the SKUs and the system, something, just something tangible besides an interaction with an employee? Now, I'm not saying that this interaction didn't happen, and I'm not saying that this employee maybe was just trying to be coy to you know, put on a front about something, to act like they knew something. But spoiler alert, they don't know a damn thing. Okay, they don't know anything more so than anyone else Okay, if anything, I would think they know less about things, because how many times have you been to a GameStop and you asked a question and the person working there didn't know the answer to it, even if it was a basic question? Like, I could think of, multiple times, 1, 2, 3 times that this has happened to me. So, you like the Stone Cold soundboard? I kind of like it because I've been watching a lot of New Legacy Inc. But yeah, so it's a nothing burger. Don't put stock into this, that something's happening soon. And I don't want to see any victory laps taken either. If something's announced in the next few months, no victory laps, because this is just an isolated thing, and there would be tangible evidence if this indeed was the case. But let me know in the comment section down below, do you understand me? If you understand me, if you understand my position on it, or do you think that there's something else to this situation? Now, the other situation we're going to talk about is something that is probably not the last time we're going to hear about this. Obviously, yesterday I made a video talking about Palworld, and I wasn't very positive about the game. I don't like the game. I've said that multiple times. I'm not a big fan of the game, but I don't care. If other people are enjoying it, like, that's cool. There's better games to play, but whatever. Whatever you like, that's a subjective thing. But it was weird, some of these Pokemon designs. It was weird that the company had never done 3D motion before, but now all of a sudden they're like experts at it. It was weird that they hired a miracle angel person who could draw like 4 of these characters at once and get them out there snappy. It was weird that they managed to find a person who just happened to be really good at 3D motion and be able to, work with the company and come in and fix all the issues that this had. It was weird. It was weird that you looked at Craftopia and it uses literal assets from The Legend of Zelda and pre-done assets that are purchased on a store, and all of the motion done in that game was done by purchasable assets. It's weird. It is a weird situation. But of course, the Pokemon related situation is probably the more interesting thing when it comes to legality, because everything else is just morality. Whether you think that that's what they should be doing or shouldn't be doing, that's up to the person. There's no right or wrong answer. If somebody wants to buy already made assets, dump them into a game and make it work and people like it, is there really anything wrong with that? I think there's just a bit of a morality thing for some people. Obviously, the whole AI situation is kind of taking off as well. And obviously, Nintendo probably, I'm sure they're not too happy with this. I'm sure the Pokemon company is not too happy with this. Well, Bloomberg tried to reach out to both Nintendo and the Pokemon company to get their thoughts on Palworld. And we actually have the snippet of the article here, because thank God Bloomberg's behind a paywall now. I'm not paying for Bloomberg. You're out of your damn mind. But Bloomberg, basically, this is what happened. A representative of Nintendo Company, the primary distributor of Pokemon games, said the company is aware of the new title, but they declined to comment on individual cases. A Pokemon Company spokeswoman, so we know it's a female, also declined to comment. Pocket Pair's CEO Mizobi did not respond to a request for comment, because a lot of people are under the impression that Nintendo is going to try to do something in legal terms against Palworld. And I think the problem is there's no way to really prove that. You could look at Palworld and clearly see where it takes inspiration from other games, much like you could Craftopia. But are they actually stealing Pokemon designs and repurposing them for their game? That just, to me, it seems like it would be very hard to prove that. And it would also be hard to prove that, AI made this game, or AI was used in a heavy manner to either create these characters or create the world that you're in. I just think my questions come from the company's history, from Pocket Pair's history. And you look at their own admissions via blog posts, and you look at how they made a game that generated AI art. If you're not suspicious about that, I feel like you're a little bit naive. There's nothing wrong in saying, or, asking questions about it. Now, if you're accusing them outright of, being plagiarists and saying they stole from Pokemon, it's all AI generated crap, you can't really prove that. And if you can't prove that, you can't definitively say that that is a situation. And I don't think Nintendo or the Pokemon Company would have a leg to stand on if they tried to make this a legal representation battle in court, to where Nintendo was like, hey, you know, they bit off the Pokemon Company stuff. You know, they bit off these designs of the Pokemon that we have. When in actuality, Pokemon style games have been around for a very long time. Pokemon, the idea of a Pokemon, a pocket monster, is based on like Japanese lore that's been around for a very long time. So I don't think you would really have a legal case. It's just a similar style of game. I mean, where do we kind of draw the line with that? You know, are all Souls games ripoffs of Dark Souls? And if so, should Dark Souls, you know, sue these other people? Like, no, I don't think so. So I don't think this will be a situation that ever gets into like a legal battle or anything like that. I think it's really always just going to be that sort of morality battle, and that sort of, you know, those questions lingering in people's minds. But at the end of the day, people don't care. The game sold over 5 million copies already. It's going to outsell like PS5 exclusive games. It outsold Metroid Dread already. So Nintendo fans, you can't say shit about it, because this game outsold Metroid Dread, the game that you always wanted and you were going to support and go out there in droves and buy it. And people were telling me there's 3 million pre-order copies. They're selling 5 million in a year. How did that work out? Didn't work out too well. Now, did it? All right. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think of all this stuff in the comment section down below. Do you think there is a case to be made? Because I really don't. But what do you think about the more morality style of stuff? Do you think GameStop has some inside information? Because I sure as hell don't. And WWE 2K24, are you excited for this game? Because I am. I'm really looking forward to playing it. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Like I said at the start, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.